Prakash, good afternoon. How are you? We can hear you very clearly. Please go ahead. I think people are joining in.
Yes, Ritu. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, please write it down and put it in the comments. I'm just posting a poll now.
We can give an overview as to what all we'll be discussing today and what all we'll be covering.
Yes, Ritu, I'm posting a. You all will should be seeing a poll screen.
Some people are asking how long will be the class because they have a class in the school itself also.
Yeah, we will try to. So this will be the 30 to 45-minute session, and post that we'll take questions. 55% voted they already using ChatGPT, and 45%. Great. So yeah, I'm ending the poll now. Thank you so much for the participation. So in this today's session, we will briefly see what is artificial intelligence and how it is actually helping, in a positive manner. That is, one is the ChatGPT. How to write content basically, so it can be a formal letters or creating a course curriculum. How it can help. Of course, you're already doing these activities, but using these technologies, how we can actually make it faster or more efficient, right? Those are the things we'll actually discuss, and also we'll discuss few tools which will make it more interactive. So my name is Prakash. So I'll be taking the session today. So first we'll just briefly see what is artificial intelligence, right? Like how this works. So it's a process where we teach machines about certain topics or technologies or algorithms. We give the system saying that, okay, this is the process, it's happening, and the machines will keep learning from us, and then it will do the job when we instruct those machines to do, right? So artificial intelligence, machine learning, these are the terms we use. But yes, this is like one like when you start teaching a kid, he will learn from you. Then when you ask the question, he will answer, right? The same way the artificial intelligence works, right? In the basic level, if I say. So most of the time, we have to use it in a positive. If you give it a positive knowledge to the machine, it will start, replicating the same. What are the applications we use here? Right, like say, ChatGPT already. We also use, like say, speech recognition, face recognition. Like if you see in the recent pandemic, there are a few countries which is using artificial intelligence to, track the people who is actually infected with the virus. You might be seeing the news, right? So how they're able to do, because they already taught the machines how to capture or how to identify the person with their facial readings, and NLP, natural language processing, right? So here today we'll be discussing about chatbots or say ChatGPT, which is a conversational AI. We should see that. Also, it will help us in the fraud detection as well. Like say, by seeing the communication or the patterns, we can use the AI for detecting the fraud as well. Also, like say, when there is a positive approach to the AI or the technology, there is a certain challenges as well. Like say, there is a negative things. Like say, people are misusing the platforms, right, to use it for unethical or illegal activities, which should not be allowed. Or most of the platforms actually having a stringent process to avoid those such activities. So we should be the stakeholders or the responsible people to take it up and say we will be using only in the ethical way. So in AI, what is this ChatGPT? Is like a conversational tool. You can actually have a person to person how you are communicating. We will have a demo right now. That is the one. GPT 3.5 is the first version. I mean, earlier version. Now GPT 4 is there. It can do a lot of activities. We will just take you through a few things. So it can actually articles into summarize. Now, if you have a tens of pages documents, right? You can just ask the GPT or ChatGPT. It will summarize and give you in a very refined manner, so that you'll be able to understand what is the topic, or you will be able to present it to the people. So how this works is, it takes artificial intelligence to generate human-like response to text inputs, or image inputs. It takes inputs and it gives you the answers. The same way, image generation as well. Not just it will give an answer, you can actually set the tones as well, like say how it is speaking, or you want that to be answering in a certain manner, right? Like say, now if I'm writing a request to one of my colleague, the tone will be like a friendly manner, right? But if I'm writing to a senior colleague, or someone into senior positions, there should be a different tone, right? It should be in a professional way. How you actually do that? I mean, yes, as a person we know that, but does the machine can do that? Yes.
See, what Prakash is trying to say is the same language can be written in such a manner that to a friend it feels friendly, but maybe to an official, as an official correspondence, it is very formal and very straightforward. There's no friendly tone to that same language. So English language or any language, the machine can change it in such a manner that it gives you the correct input. That do you want it to be friendly? Do you want it to be aggressive? Do you want it to be persuasive? So, those languages, sometimes we as human beings, if our language skill is not very good, we are not able to write that content. So the machine can help you. The artificial intelligence tools can help you do that. And that too within minutes, because sometimes you don't have enough time to create content for classrooms or maybe for cover notes or for formal letters that are, as a school, that has to be sent to head office or to government. That is where these artificial intelligence tools can come into play. Yes, Prakash?
Yes, Ritu, thank you so much. uh, yeah, so how we can use this into our daily workforce, or the operations is, we will take you through, right? Like say, where and all we can use, will it integrate basically, right? So there are certain applications or plugins we can use to make it work with our own applications, right? So I'll take you through the demo. There is ChatGPT application, but they the service, right? It is over, so many users are registered on that. So the free plan, right? Most of the time it gives us saying that servers are loaded, or something like that, until unless you go for a paid plan. So the latest version is GPT-4, right? Now Microsoft have a tie-up with the ChatGPT. They have a stake in the ChatGPT organization. So their Bing such platform is actually integrated with the ChatGPT now, right? So you can ask complex questions, answers, you can get answers, and you can get creative as well here, right? Now, if I say, write 10 important points of, okay, see, it automatically picked the teaching, right? Important teaching from a. So I'm just giving a tab here. Automatically, it is completing. Maybe instead of atomic habits, okay, let us see what it says, right? So what it does is it is scraping the entire internet for us now. It goes to the lot of website, it goes to the lot of online resources available, and it tries to summarize from there, right? Now, yeah, you see here. Now it automatically giving us a suggestion how we can actually make it more interactive. Like say, how can I break bad habits? So it will start. It is having a conversation with you. So here, the more clear you are, or the more clearly if you are able to ask the system, like ask the Chat GPT, what exactly you want. It should be in a more clear way. So the results can be in, depending on our questions, right? The same way how if you start talking to your friend in a positive manner, like say, I mean, the way we speak, the response also will depend on the same, right? The more detailed we ask the system, the more detailed refined answers it can give us. So right now we are just taking the basic questions, right? Like basic things we're telling. Now maybe I'll say, or maybe say 8th standard. Yeah, so 8th grade. For maybe, so this is a basic question again, right? Course curriculum for 8th grade mathematics class.
But then if we use words like CBSE or NCRT, you know,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
more and more detailed things for you. So if I say, instead of saying mathematics, I say more like just in mathematics, I say trigonometry. Trigonometry class 8, CBSE, if I use those words in my question, the answers will be more relevant and more,
yeah.
It's because it is going to search the whole of the internet to get that information for you. So be very, very specific with respect to your questions. And as you start asking questions, the machine is going to learn what exactly you're looking for. And it is going to populate your machine more and more with relevant data. So if I'm a maths teacher, it is going to push more and more maths information towards me.
Yes.
Prakash.
Right. Yeah. So here, now I ask the basic question, right? Now I'll say, right, course curriculum for 8th standard again, I'm saying, maybe for say CBSE. Sorry, I forgot to mention the subject here. Yeah, okay. From the previous question, if you see, it will take the details, in fact. Right. So so this is the one. And also if you see the platform, right, maybe it keep updating, right? So the more we keep giving the information, the systems will learn from us and it will start giving us in more refined way. Now the same way, you can use this, which is bing.com, right? Then there is a second option like Google Bard, right? So you can see here, it is simple, bard.google.com, which is again, it's a conversational AI, right? So you can actually start asking questions and it will start giving you the answers. Like say if I say, okay, I'll say write leave
letter for
request
leave.
for
Leave request,
for leave request
for 1 week.
Maybe say for long leave, right? See, it's generated. I mean, it's already done.
Wow.
Right now, you can actually.
Otherwise, this takes like a couple of hours to do this.
Yes. Right. Maybe you might be having your default formats with you, but still and here, if you give the context to this asking the question, right, while giving asking the question, like say I'll say, right, leave letter, right, application for asking long leave for attending family medical emergency, right? Let's see what it does.
See, it's even given options: doctor / hospital, mother / father / sibling. So it's guided you as to my mother / father / sibling was recently diagnosed with illness. So instead of illness, we can always write down what illness, and this machine language, we need to change it into a more personalized language. Please do not just copy paste this and send it in your work life. This is just the basic formats that the artificial intelligence generates for us. And then we need to personalize it, read through it, rephrase the language a little bit to make it more personalized and more relevant.
Yes. Yes. So the more, the content, what it's generating is done by the machines, right? So when you having a conversation with the people, you would want to review this content, right? Say, for example, if I don't replace this co-worker's name, it will create a, it doesn't look that professional, isn't it? So please use these tools, but same time, vet it, like say, review it and see where the things are, if it is everything is okay or not, certain like that. So yeah, and you can see here, compared to the Bing, which is ChatGPT 4, this one is giving you 3 options here, like say draft 1, draft 2, draft 3. So the same content in a 2-3 different styles it will give you. So maybe you can review these 3 options and see whichever suits you better. Take that and review that one. Right now, I'll say like, or anyone can post a question in the comment section, or Q&A, right?
Yes, we would like you to participate. You can just say, just guide
or if
us
someone,
to tell you what we can ask.
Yeah, or if someone can raise the hand, I'll unmute that particular attendee, so that they we can have a conversation, or So meanwhile, I'm just posting one more question here. So see, now when I'm having a conversation, the system will think, if I'm asking a question here, right? Depending on the previous question, it will think in that terms, right? So to just break that, I'm having a new conversation here, which is a new chart. Now I'm just writing a question. Can you write curriculum on social science for 8th standard students, right? So, okay, you can see here. Compared to that, social science, grade 8, topics, history, geography, civics, learning outcomes, assessment, right? Now, maybe you plan to create something like this. So to prepare this, maybe half a day, you might, lose it, right? Now the basic outcome, or, basic outline, it is created. Now take this one, and again, you can actually, make the system work for you. Okay, we are seeing some questions. Okay, so difference between Bard and ChatGPT. ChatGPT works on a different. These are 2 different organizations, Mr. Neeraj. Like say, one is ChatGPT, which is actually now Microsoft has partnered with. That is used by Bing. Bing or any now going forward, you can actually ask the system, to change the wallpaper, or there's a feature called Copilot. It is getting introduced in Windows. So you can tell the system what to do. Now, if I say put it in the focus mode, it will change my system to dark mode. Like say change the wallpaper to black background, something like that, so that you can actually start working, right? So that is getting developed from the Microsoft front or ChatGPT front. Now, competing to ChatGPT, Google introduced the Bard. So Google is their competitor, you can say.
And the good thing is, when there are 2 competitors, both of them are going to give you upgrades, and it's going to become better with time.
Exactly.
So if Microsoft gives you an update, Google is bound to give you another update. So both the softwares, they have their own goods and bads. You can utilize both of them and see what works for you.
Yes, I hope that answered your question, Mr. Neeraj.
And there is another
is there any provision to or option to delete? Yes. Yeah, you can actually, here you can see, right? So you can see here, you can actually delete the conversation and, clear it out if you don't want that to be a part of your, history, right? Yeah. Now, depending on the same, like say now we are seeing the basic questions or, advanced prompts, etc., right? So I'll just take you through some
Prakash, a little bit of Grammarly also we can show our
yes,
participants,
because
we are short on time. There's so much information, but then we can do it in stages.
Yeah. So yeah, like Ritu mentioned, it's a huge subject, right? So we're just preparing small document here. You can see here, right? The content how you want it, or the tone, right? You can set it for yourself. Like say, when you're asking the ChatGPT or Bard, you can say which tone you want that content to be. Now, for students, of course, you want it to be, in particular manner. But when you're using for different purposes, right? How you want it to be, confident you want the content should sound, or it should be on a serious thing, or it should be in a logical way, right? So that's why I'm asking, like, now that is one is the tone. yeah, Divya, I'll come back to your question. Allow me a couple of minutes. Right. So, and also you can say style, like say how you want it to be. For example, you want it to be in a point by point or paragraph manner, right? Something like that you can tell the system. So this document, we will share it with you, like whoever is registered in our Minerva Connect portal, we have your email IDs. We will come back to you this content. We are refining this content still. Yeah. So you can actually, when you're asking the system, you can ask, like say, now you might be seeing a lot of questions on Quora and all, right? Now, how you wanted to be answering it, you can actually ask the system, right? Okay, I'll just take one example from there. So, Ms. Divya, the question for your question, the answer would be like why it will give a different answers. Of course, it is actually, I told you, right? It's scraping the entire internet for you. Now, the more times you ask, the more research the system is going to do for you. Right? It will not be the same answer every time you ask, or now the same question is asked by 10 different people. The answer will differentiate between the users, right? Now the same
I
way.
would also say, Prakash, because internet, every day we are adding data to the internet, right? Through websites, through content, through various blogs. So that means with respect to the same question, more and more data is getting uploaded onto the net. So when you're asking a question today and the same question you're asking after 5 days, it is also searching the data that has been added during those 5 days.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and especially when it comes to, current affairs, it is going to change on a day-to-day basis.
Yes. And Smriti, so Bard replies sometimes provide irrelevant images. How can we get appropriate images? Yeah, I will send you those more clear prompts, or I'll just take you through some of the examples here. Right, so the images point.
Prakash, what we can do is maybe we can put some short videos on YouTube with these relevant questions, like we did with the security issues. And there, the participants can continue to ask us questions, and we can continue to give video replies or audio replies. Because the subject is big, questions are bound to be, a lot of questions are going to come to us. So one by one, we'll start answering maybe through videos, through links.
Yes. So here you can see, I'm just, for an example, I'm taking, what is it like to live in New Delhi, right? So I'm taking this question, I'm going to ask Bard, I'm starting a new conversation again, which is new chat. So I'm asking the question, right? So it written like pros and cons, etc. So how this is, I mean, the system is not showing partiality or something. So it is basically taken the data from, again, scraping the internet, right? Now, again, it's given 3 options. Now, what I can do is I can say, write answer to post in Quora, right? Then I'm saying the question. Okay, it is taking time. Okay, so there's the same answer, right? Like the way it is answered. Now, okay, pros and cons. Right, so here you can see it is taken the climate as well, the climate. So, and also it is giving you the tips, if you plan to move to Delhi, how you should be, I mean, what all things you should be learning, right? Be aware of your surroundings, etc. Now, what we can do is I can just add little more, fun to this by saying, write an answer with this is like, you can create, like, say now it is created something like, to create that engagement, basically, right? Like when you're having a social conversations, right? You don't just want to be just answer the question, right? You will create that some kind of a conversation with some kind of fun or some kind of,
if
joke.
I'm writing an essay, it will say, oh, you will learn to love the sound of honking horns. So it's given little humor to the same thing about living in Delhi. So if I have to write an essay, or I have to write some kind of a project I have to do on Delhi, and I have to bring out the humor about living in Delhi, so then it is actually going to bring all this. You will learn to appreciate the simple things in life, like clean breath of air, which is not there in Delhi. So, it's just changed the tone of the way it's giving the answers now.
Right. So now what I'll say is, I'm not asking the question again, but I want for the same context, I'll say, make it any questions on the, like, you guys can share the some questions which I can ask the system if you want, right? Right. See, now we went little, one step ahead and asked in a poetic manner, right? So now it created a poem for you. And with the context, I mean, with the tone as well, like say
Prakash, I'll just take a minute now. As teachers, you need to understand, if children are using Chat GPT, I hope they are not putting questions here, getting the answers, and getting back to the teachers with the. So that also we have to be careful. So it's important as teachers to know that these tools are there and they are accessible to the children also. And especially students who are into high 11th, 12th, 9th, 10th, they're very good at using all these tools. So when we are giving a project, are they using this to give you the outcome? That also as a teacher, you should be aware of.
Yeah. So, so since we are having short time, I will take you to the other few tools as well. Now, the same, these are the direct conversational AI tools which you can use directly, right? Now, there is a tool called Writer. You can actually explore this option. You can actually start asking the system, this platform, right, how you want, the content should be. It should be in a formal tone, or, maybe if you're writing something for taking some kind of a request, right? So you can say convincing way, or formal, or funny, right? These are the different tones which you can actually select. I'll say formal. See, now I'm saying write email requesting approval for a long list. Now, how many variants do we want, right? And how the creativity should be. So this tool can help you do that as well. Like say, just write for me, you say request for approval for long leave, right? Now, this is prepared a content for you. Now, again, I would request you to review this and go through, like say, if there's any corrections need to be done, because sometimes it may not be grammatically also, it may not be correct, right? So for that, I believe you guys should be knowing this tool called Grammarly. How many of you know Grammarly or already using it? If you can raise the hand. No one?
No one. So maybe you can show this to
Okay. So Grammarly is free to use. The basic features of everything can be used free of cost. This gives you an add-on. Like say you can add it to your browser. Like say like this Google Chrome, you can add on to your browser and you can start using it. Simple. You have to just go to search for it. Like say Grammarly add-on for whichever browser you're using. Chrome you're using, so you can search for Chrome, or for Edge browser I'm using, right? I can say right, I can click on get, it gets added to my browser. Now since I'm using for Edge browser, it is asking me to get here, so I'll say get extension. Now I'm actually signing up with my Gmail ID. You can give the context, I mean, where you would be using it, school, work, or which projects you want. This is a simple optional things. Education purpose, you can select here, you have an education option. How you want this to be, right? You can skip this, but I would request, if you can select some of the, outcomes from here. How you want it to sound, right? You want it to sound fluent in English, or, getting the correctness all that stuff you can select from here. I'm just randomly selecting few. Yeah. So now this supports on all these applications, Word, you can use it on Google Docs. So I'll just take you through that as well. Now, all these platforms it is supporting now, which you can take advantage of. Gmail, Google Docs I want to use, Word I want to use, Google Sheets. Okay, this is a new edition basically. So we'll go with the basic one here.
This is an important tool, especially when we are doing PowerPoint and other tools we are using for presentations.
Exactly, right? So now they generated a sample content for us. Now you can see here the content, whatever you're writing, you can see the correctness is you have to, I mean, 6 places you have to correct it, right? Clarity, the blue underlines what you're seeing, that grammatically it may be correct, but you can improvise it. You can actually improve the sentence. That's what it is saying, right? Then also you have an engagement, right? How you want, how the people, the tone basically, something like that, right? Now, if I start writing, like say if I open my Gmail, let us take the content what is prepared from here. I'm just taking this content. See, in my Gmail browser, it started working out. I mean, it started giving me the suggestion. Also, they introduced a new feature called this. I mean, in the free plan, they're giving you 100 prompts. Take advantage of it. Use it and see how this helps you. Now, the content, if I'm putting it here, it is going to review this content for you. Of course, you will read it out and review once. On top of it, you let the tool also do it for you, right? Now, if I want some sentence, like say, for example, this sentence, I want it to be little more, I mean, change the sentence, right? I can just click here, improve it. See, the cost of living in New Delhi is relatively low, especially when compared to other major cities in the world. Now, it just rephrase the sentence. Compared to other major cities in the world, the cost of living in New Delhi is relatively low, right? So maybe you might like this sentencing if you wanted to use, right? Now, like this, you can do this. Also, another thing I wanted to show you is, let me see if I can pull it out. It gives you the tone and it will send you the alert on weekly basis or monthly basis. Let me see if I can find out from my previous. I'm just sharing it so that you'll get an understanding how the Grammarly will help you in a big time, I'm saying, right? Now, if you see this, of course, it's an old report. See, 28 weeks, it summarized my writing style and it's telling me if I'm productivity is good or not, right? So it is telling me compared to other Grammarly users globally, and it is certifying me that, okay, you are more productive than 82% of Grammarly users, because it checked 4,816 words of my writing and it compared with other people and it is giving me the how my writing is actually. Then you are more accurate than 38%, which is, comparatively low, right? I mean, from the above thing. Then also it gives you the tone, how you're writing, which is very important for us. If you ask me, this is a place where I can refine my, if I'm writing in better way or do I need to do a lot of improvements, etc. I can actually get it from here. So if you see, I'm sounding in my writing style, 27% confident, 23% optimistic, right? 17% friendly, like this. Now, next week when I get a report, it will be showing a different result, so that I will know whether my writing is getting improved or, is it okay, right? So please use this. It is free to use, and it works in the Gmail, right? It works in Gmail now. It works in Word document. In most of the platforms, like you open in any browser. Now, if I start answering a question, right, this question, if I try to answer, it will give me that suggestions, like, if any grammatical mistakes or do I need to rephrase a sentence, etc. The other feature which I shown you, second. Yeah, if I say shorten it, for example, now this sentence, I don't want this lengthy, right? I can shorten it. Right? Like this, you have so many options here. Again, the writer tool which I shown you here, how you output should be, the same way it is giving you the options, how you want it to be, output should be. You want it to sound confident, diplomatic, or inspirational as well. So for students, if you're writing something, of course you want it to be inspirational and motivating, right? So you just select this and start writing your content. Even if it is not from ChatGPT or something, you're writing your own way. Let this tool give you certain suggestions, right? Which will make it more better. Now, if you ask me, there are a lot of students are using this tool. Bing.com, you can come and you can say chart, where you can actually start asking the conversational, conversation with the system. Second is bing.com/create. If you type, you can actually make the images create for you, right? Now, you have a question, right? Like say, how can we get appropriate images, right? Yeah, of course, the appropriate images, like say, the more better we ask, right? So you should be looking at certain prompts and how they are actually generating it. Use the same prompt styling, right? Then you might get a better results. And this is keep getting evolved, right? Now see this, like say if I'm asking create students in a classroom with lot of greenery from the windows. Now these systems are keep getting trained on daily basis on with a lot of resources and elements. Now the same way, I'll share some more URLs. See, you can see here, right? It is created for you, students with a background greenery, right? Now there is Adobe also launched something called Firefly. I'll share that in the URLs summary. Maybe you can review from there. Yeah, I think yeah, Ritu, we'll take the questions now.
Yeah, we'll take some questions and maybe we can show them that on the Facebook, YouTube also. We can add some links and all there in the description box.
Sure,
and
sure.
Whatever the queries are from the participants, we'll start adding small videos with the answers, and you can always drop a question there. And the whole idea is to give you as much IT information as possible, which will make your working easy in schools.
Yes,
So
yes.
any questions, please raise your hand so that we can answer them quickly.
Yeah, so there is one question. What are the limitation of BARD? It's not limitations, I can say. There is a certain guidelines, right? Like say, we should be using for only ethical ways, or we should not be asking certain there are, like say, keywords are there, right? I mean, anti-social things we should not be asking. So they're with you.
Any questions? You can just raise your hand so that we can unmute you.
Ritu, my voice is clear?
Your voice is clear, yeah. I think
Mr. Ashok from okay, DAV.
Maybe Ashok Behar. So maybe you can even show on the YouTube how it's being live and how we can kind of we'll be adding small videos there from time to time.
Yes, yes. So I mean, in the YouTube, I think we are already live there. So I'm not playing here because echo will happen.
So we'll add all the answers here, and we'll add short questions also here.
Yes, we'll be adding the answers for like today, whatever we received.
So if there are any questions, please put them into the system so that we can either create links or videos or whichever way the answer has to come your side. And we'll be sharing the documents also pertaining to artificial intelligence, because we just showed a few tools. We've not really shown a lot of tools. And one of the suggestions from our staff was that please show a tool that can crop the images. So that also we'll share through our either Zoom channel or YouTube channel, because that is the way we can communicate with schools, or even through the community, WhatsApp community that we are trying to build up.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
So
Anisha Thakur, they're asking questions. Shall I get a recorded version?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, Ms. Anisha, like say, you can log into this portal where you'll be able to access this live program. Once in the courses section, you'll be able to see, if you see this one, how to use online tools. In this second course, I mean the live course, you can select and you can see the recording there. Right, it will be shared on YouTube as well. The small edits and all, yes.
So the whole idea behind this is to create as many videos as possible with respect to tools that you have to use in your day-to-day life with respect to head office softwares or your school softwares or your school working, So like we had shared a small video on compression, how to compress files, how to scan and compress files. So that is also available in our in this platform. So kindly come and whatever you require, and if you require something new, please buzz us and we'll create the content and give it to you.
Yes, yes, definitely. So please write to us with your questions, or maybe the next sessions, what topics you wanted to cover. Last time we got a lot of feedback, so that's how we're creating this content for you. We also planning to prepare something on Gmail, how we can use Gmail in more efficient way, whether it can be personal or official.
Yeah, because everyone is using Gmail, but Prakash, they're not even using 10% of the tools that Gmail gives us.
Providing us, exactly.
So that we'll be showing you what all tools are there and how you can utilize those tools for creating more content, better content for your classrooms and for your office work. We have a help desk at MinervaInfo.com. Just write there and we'll create content for you. Yes, this is a good thing they're asking, if for the limitations on BARD. Yes, Samriti will come back on this also for you. Yes. So some questions, we'll take up these questions and we'll give you the answers one by one in the links.
Yes,
okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Prakash.
Thank you.
Thanks
everyone.
Okay, have a good day.